Oh man, I gotta go get my phone just in case somebody calls in. Or maybe if somebody calls in, I'll run and get the phone. Hey, tonight's show is brought to you by the Little Russian Chili Parlor. So if you haven't, if you're like, what a better meal than chili on a day like this? This morning I woke up today and it was 10 below. We're here in Topeka, Kansas. Tonight's sponsor is the Chili Parlor down in Little Russia. Take the Sardu Bridge and get off on Perupsky Drive. So hey, how are you tonight? Nice to see you. It's been a big day. I've had a lot to do. I've been on a run, and I'm gonna tell you something. It might have been one of my favorite shows because I actually got acknowledgement tonight at City Council. Uh, and like and Spencer, well, what a politician! This is not so much an endorsement of Henry's show, but my God, he came to the Glass House's studio, answered every question, and hey, at least the guy stands by his votes. Um, you don't have to agree, and um, even if you don't agree with his votes, I've known the guy for so long. For me, it's kind of like it's hard to hate him. Um, it's like he's part of my St. David's family. You go back to my Episcopalian roots, and so that's that's a disclosure. Uh, hey, so how y'all doing tonight? This is the Tonight Show, brought to you by the Chili Parlor. Today was a really good day. Father Nikolai, I don't know if you caught that show, but Father Nikolai was in the studio today, and we're launching the fundraising, and then later on, and I like having meetings on Tuesdays because that way it keeps me out of city council. Although one time just being in the city council meeting, I was able to make a deal to move the garage out to White Lakes. And I'm telling you something, you viewers, there's a lot of very smart people that watch this show. I don't know, I'm not saying you're smart because you watch. I think you stumble on my show and just happen to be smart. But I originally wanted to lease and do a build to suit for the city. So the taxpayers wouldn't have to come out with the capital expense. And so, so yeah, I was involved with that deal somewhat. Hey, you know, I don't know if anybody could ever take credit for making a deal because the city of Topeka has a mind of its own. But I thank the city. They came out, they looked at it, they uh, they got everybody involved, and we got a deal. As soon as we get, I guess, the platting complete, we'll have a closing. Also, I'm having San Pellegrino, recommended by Dr. Gundry. I've become an ambassador of Dr. Gundry because I do believe in Dr. Gundry. His whole idea about the microbiome and what you eat. You know, Hippocrates said this 2,500 years ago that all health starts in the gut, or all disease starts in the gut. Anyway, it's a gut issue, and I do recommend you buying the Plant Paradox before you get to Gut Check. But Gut Check, it's kind of like there were some scientific terms that I think, wow, I'm going to have to really write these ac, ac, acumens, no, acronyms. You know what I mean? Acronyms to kind of keep up with him. He got real scientific on us all of a sudden. but he is a heart doctor. But the acknowledgement tonight at City Council was very gracious from Spencer about coming and being on the show. And last I looked, uh, we had 256 views on that post. And I tell you, I sent out a post to all the city council, and I'm telling you, at least Sylvia Ortiz said no. Spencer said yes. Sylvia Ortiz at least gave me a no, but I didn't hear from anybody else. But but look, I'm not. My feelings aren't hurt, and I'm gonna actually take a minute and say something nice about Sylvia. She gave. She's given away some smoke detectors that last for 10 years, and she welcomed the police chief, the new police chief to town, and I would just say in Topeka, Kansas fashion. She made the guy feel welcome, shook his hand. I don't know if you've met that guy. I liked him. Um, if I'm kind of like, if Brian Hill says the other guy's the right guy, I believe Brian Hill because that's his business. Uh, others others say, and I think Spencer was one today. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I think Spencer today said, he was in favor of the the chief that got hired. But we did have a good, healthy discussion. And what I liked about today more than anything, that there was actually a discussion. You know what I mean? It was like you you can't you know you can't go to a meeting and not have public comment. That's just wrong. And sometimes sometimes we shouldn't be limited to 4 minutes, but also I understand that too. But just to have a discussion with an elected official, very candid, very open. Yeah, I don't agree with him for buying the hotel, but he's going to stand behind his vote. But during the show, he brought up some stuff that if you really think about it, if they actually, and I'm not saying he didn't know, but it's a very unique situation that in a bidding process online, that who the other people are bidding against you. Because if you do know who the other people are and you're trying to keep them out of town, well, that might be a good idea. But I can't you shouldn't punish me for not filling out the form. Hey, you didn't fill out the form. That isn't the way real estate works. Hey, we gave you an offer. Here it is. But that's the way it works with the city. And if I didn't follow the rules, well, shame on me. But substance over form sometimes more important. The fact that you get a $7.6 million offer, if you really wanted to sell the hotel, you'd counteroffer it. Well, there's some things in your offer we don't really like, but we're going to change it. And right now, I'm going to ask for your help. I need to find some temporary space for the Orthodox Church to move into. So then we can get out to Apostle Hill, where the big water tower is around Adams and the Turnpike. We got 29 acres of land there we're trying to develop. Well, nobody's calling in. That's fine. It's, let's see, what time is it? Man, it's almost midnight. Tell you what I'm doing. I got a big meeting tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Talk about some big deals. So I better go home and get some rest. But baby, it's cold outside. Henry McClure live from the Glass Houses studio. If nobody's told you they love you, I love you. Good night.